Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Fierce Cop, a Chinese action flick from 2022 that stars Richie Jen. Zhang, a Chinese police detective, is looking for his trafficked son in a Southeast Asian country. He meets a Chinese woman who was trafficked as a child to help him with his rescue mission. And the weird thing is that they don't actually say which Southeast Asian country the kid was trafficked into. They apparently didn't want to offend someone. But in any case, our protagonist, Richie Jen, performs a solo operation at the start of the film, and he is successful at taking down a crime ring. There's some appreciation for him solving the big case, but his promotion is still pending review, because the higher-ups would have preferred a more team-oriented approach to his strategy at dealing with bad guys. It's a cliche idea in movies, but it kind of makes sense here. Now, our protagonist has a little son, alright? He's having attitude problems at school because he doesn't see his dad very often. Even worse, this little kid is being bullied by men who are connected to a rich douchebag degenerate whose father is this big-time crime lord who's kind of based in this Southeast Asian country. And that's the primary conflict of the movie, which is kind of dumb when you think about it. I mean, this whole conflict gets set off because some adult men are bullying. They're pathetic enough to bully a little elementary school kid. So if they just left the kid alone, they would have been fine. But Richie's gotta go to town and take these dudes out now. So, yeah, it's pretty amusing when you think about it. But we have a female lead as well, played by Chen Yao, the actress, and she's a young woman who is completely miserable in life. I mean, it's understandable. Her life is just tragic and terrible. You know what I mean? She's in a bad mood the entire film, but, you know, it's understandable, as I said. Her backstory is a downer, and every scene she's in is basically a downer, but the actress does give a good performance, for sure. Weiss Lee has a supporting role in this. Always nice to see him. I haven't seen him in a movie in a while. I think the story and the acting in this are just, they're sufficient, basically. We're here for the action, folks, all right? So the opening shot is a bunch of criminals who are smoking tobacco, drinking, chopping durians, the fruit, as a snack. And then Richie immediately, busts down the door, and as it turns out, he was working as a mole within this group, and he's attempting to transport a hostage to safety. So he leads these bad guys into a warehouse full of durians, and then beats them all to a pulp. That was an unintended pun. That was a good one, though. It's a good scene involving lead pipes, wood pallets, and durian fruits that are used as weapons. I don't typically associate Richie Jen with, hand-to-hand fighting. He's been in action movies before, but I don't know. I seem to have seen him more in, gunplay type stuff when he's done action. But I think he did a good job in this, better than I would have expected. Now, soon after that, we get a fight in a nightclub. Involves lots of broken beer bottles, some mixed martial arts in this, which was nice to see. Again, Richie does well to sell his strikes. There's a good chase fight in a forest. They get some machetes out, I think. And there's some sweet drone camera shots in that scene as well. There's a fight in a huge open building that's under construction. Richie uses a sledgehammer to good effect. And then we get a very good blade duel near the end, as well as a fight against the big boss man. So you have all fights in this movie, really no shootouts in this. So if you're someone who's really looking for gunplay in your movie selection for the evening, this may not satisfy you because there's not much gunplay here. However, if you're looking for gritty fights, I think the movie delivers with a runtime of only 1 hour and 31 minutes. I mean, there's a nice quantity of action in that short time period as well. So even though, the plot and the acting is just sufficient, you have enough action, it's of a good enough quality in a pretty restrictive period of time. So if you're in the mood for just an entertaining recent Asian action flick that's pretty fun to watch, I recommend Fierce Cop. It's currently available streaming on Tubi. And as always, I'll see you next time.